We're here today at the SCG with Mr. SCG himself, Stuart MacGill.
You read this option?
It's hilarious.
SeamStrike with the sidearm. SeamStrike with the sidearm. SeamStrike with the sidearm.
It's a pleasure for him to be here on a SeamStrike interview. Now, our first question for you.
Yes.
So your family, obviously, there was a great cricketing heritage in your family. Your father played for Western Australia. Your grandfather too, I believe, played for Western Australia. Did that change, I guess, or like have an effect on what you wanted to do when you grew up?
Yeah, man. Listen, I got to be honest. Like, that's a big thing. So when I was growing up, so my grandpa played against Don Bradman, right? This is how old we guys are. So he played against Don Bradman, opened the batting and bowling for WA, and even better than that, he was a chucker. So it's like the cricket equivalent of a convict. If you chuck him, you're cool. So yeah, so Grandpa got Bradman out in a game, then made 74. It was solid. Then my dad played and coached for 20, 30 years in WA. Leg spinner also, but much better batsman than me. And so yeah, we got a cricketing family.
Was there any stories from your grandpa about Don Bradman? Did Bradman rate him?
Well, so when I played my first test, which was in Adelaide, we went to a restaurant in Kensington, my mum, dad and myself, and Bradman was there in the restaurant. And so Dad said, "Oh my God, that's Don Bradman." And I went, settle, be calm, we're not going to bother him. But then when he left, I chased him out of the restaurant. And I went up to him and I said, "Hi, my name's Stuart MacGill. I'm playing my first test today." And he said to me, "I know who you are, son. My goodness, your grandfather could play." Wow. And then my dad chased me, and Sir Donald said, "G'day, Terry, how you going?" Like, seriously. Just
on a first name basis.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Ridiculous, wow. I know.
And he knew you as well. So
yeah.
That must have been an honour.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
see, you guys can do the same for me now. So when we walk past each other at Central, you go, "Stewie, what's going on?"
Yeah, you'll be like, "Yeah, SeamStrike, how's it going?"
SeamStrike.
we're day ones now, it's crazy. And we have here that you tried to convince yourself you're a pace bowler.
Yeah. So one of my dad's best mates is Dennis Lillee.
Yeah.
And I always, so from the time I can remember really, so 3-4 years old, growing up, we used to go around to his house and I always wanted to be Dennis Lillee because he was the coolest guy in Australia for a long time, and he was like the Shane Warne of the 70s, Everybody wanted to be Dennis, and I was no different, and he was so nice to me that, that just sort of consumed me, and I wanted to be the fast bowler, but I was really, really crap. So slow, no bounce, no swing, absolute rubbish. So, kind of like you guys, yeah. So, fortunately, my dad bowled leggies, so I copied him instead. Yeah.
That was your, I guess, you chose your dad over Dennis Lillee, and what was his reaction to that when you said that you saw
see, the thing is, I think probably most people should choose their dad over somebody else. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, but Dennis Lillee's up there.
He was pretty good. But he's also he's a fantastic guy too. So he's still, in touch with me and still great mates with my dad. So I'll always love him. I just can't bowl as fast as him. That's the problem.
How was your school career looking like?
So I reckon I tried to bowl fast until I was about 13 or 14, and then it became horribly clear that it wasn't going to work out for me. But I was not really a huge cricket. I wasn't a great cricket player at school. Played in year 11 and 12 mainly second 11. I wasn't great. Actually, the first pick spin bowler when I was in year 12 was Dan Marsh, who was Rod's son, but actually played for Tasmania. I think he played 100 games for Tasmania, and he may even still be the coach of Tasmania. So he was a great player, but he played instead of me, and he was 3 years younger. So it's pretty funny. But see, this is the thing, and if you're gonna, do your lessons to people when it doesn't matter what happens when you're at school. It's all about what happens when it gets serious. And, that's when it started going well for me after I left.
So were there any other sports you played growing up?
Well, actually, I kind of preferred tennis for summer because I liked the pace of it. So when you can't bowl fast, there's no sort of dynamic sort of aspect to it. So I really love tennis, but not awesome at that either. And hockey, pretty good at hockey. So hockey in WA, because I grew up in WA, hockey was a pretty big deal. And I really, really liked it. A little bit slow, but used to like hitting people.
Well, cricket was your main sport for like a while, right?
Oh, look, so cricket was my family sport, but hockey was probably what I got off on a little bit more because I really did like to kind of, every now and then. Yeah.
What made you keep going at cricket?
Because I was crap at tennis and crap at hockey. Well, no, and the other thing is too, with cricket, one of the main things for me with cricket was all the people who told me that I was no good. I just kind of thought I wanted to hang in there for as long as I could, just in case I could prove them wrong. So I liken cricket to a staring competition. So if you blink, I'm beating you. Because I never blink.
Yeah.
And your journey to first class cricket.
Yeah.
How would you say first class cricket was, like, what was the differences between first class cricket and just regular grade cricket and school cricket? Like, what differentiated people in first class cricket?
So the biggest problem that bowlers have when they go to first class cricket is that if you bowl a bad ball, it's going for 4 or 6. So in Test cricket, it's definitely going for 4 or 6. In first class cricket, if you bowl a bad ball, it's probably going for 4 or 6. And nowadays, even more so, because people take a few more risks. And the boundaries are smaller and the bats are bigger. It's a little bit ugly. But the best thing that I realised as a bowler going into first class cricket is that if I made a mistake, it didn't matter. I could go back to the top of my mark and go again. And I think that's a lesson that a lot of young blokes could, learn, because you shouldn't be embarrassed about making a mistake. Yeah. I mean, you guys have made mistakes already today, and I'm going to make a lot more before I go home. It's not about the mistake. It's about how you regroup after the mistake and move forward.
Yeah. That's a great mindset.
So you were pretty young when you were decently young when you broke into the WA team. Right?
So I was in so as I said, mainly second 11 at school. And then when I left school, all of a sudden went through the grades and got picked in the WA under-19 team, and then got picked in the cricket academy. So around about the age of 20, I got put in the state squad in WA. And look, I would say I was young, but I still was definitely not the finished product. And it took me until I moved to New South Wales at 26 before I started to finally work out what was going on.
I guess about the shift as well, like, you really needed to play first class cricket on a regular basis for you to actually level up, right? So was it difficult to go New South Wales all across Australia?
I chose New South Wales. So at the time that I moved over here, there were 6 spin bowlers in the state squad. I could have gone other places, but what I realised is that if I took wickets in club cricket in Sydney and did well, and I helped my team to win, then I would get picked in the state squad. And then if I did well moving on from there, then I get picked for New South Wales, and then, maybe even move on. But I knew that if I did well in Sydney, I'd play all the games. And that's what ended up happening, because I think as a spin bowler, and that was the big problem in Perth, even if you're the best spin bowler in Perth, you're only bowling 10 overs a day. In Sydney, I'm bowling half the overs. If I get half the overs, I get half the wickets. Yeah. And that's what I want, because I only play for wickets.
Yeah.
Speaking of wickets, your debut for the Australian Test team, you picked up 3 wickets in Adelaide. What would you say was the difference between playing for your country at an international level compared to first class cricket? this big jump now?
Well, look, the thing is that first-class cricket in Australia is actually seriously high level, and it wasn't so much that the skill level was different, but I felt more pressure. So I knew that there were a whole lot of people watching, and I was very nervous about that. And also, you come to a Shield game at the SCG, Adelaide Oval, anything like that, there's probably only a couple of thousand people max. We're talking sellout, plus all the TV people. And so that made me very, very nervous. And I had been bowling pretty well in state cricket, but I remember standing at the top of my mark thinking, oh my God, is this going to land? And, fortunately it did, but, it was very nerve-wracking. It's a very tense thing. And for me, I don't know about other bowlers, but for me, until I get my first wicket every game, I'm petrified. Yeah.
I guess you spent a lot of years, not a lot, well, you spent a few years in Shield cricket trying to get up to that level. So when you did finally get that call, were you expecting it? Like, did you say that, okay, fine, I've spent a lot of years in Shield cricket, I've got the wickets. Was it expectation or privilege?
So actually, I didn't spend a whole lot of years playing Shield cricket. I spent a whole lot of years surrounding it and trying to get in. But for me, once it started to happen for New South Wales, I had planned, I'd hoped, aspired to play for Australia, but I just didn't really know how it was going to happen. And when I finally did get picked, it was a little bit of a shock, to be honest, because even when they picked me in the 12, I still didn't think I was going to play. I didn't really know how it was going to work out. But what I didn't realise is that in the 12 that I got picked in, Paul Rifle had broken his finger. And nobody told me. But on the morning of the game, Mark Taylor said, as you all know, Pistol, Paul Rifle, has broken his finger, so Stuart MacGill. And I went, I didn't know he was going to... Nobody told me he'd broken his finger. So I was a bit shocked. But it's what you work towards, though. Yeah. So that's what you want. I mean, you want to graduate from high school. I mean, that's never happening either.
So, where's the baggy green nowadays? You have it framed or?
My baggy green actually is in the boat. So we're sitting in front of the ladies' stand at the SCG, and my baggy green is in the museum downstairs.
Really?
So there it is. Yeah, and no, you can't go in there.
Your first wicket was Jack's colours.
Yeah.
Which is massive.
Yeah.
Was he he wasn't really a big name at that time, was he?
Man, for me, he was. I think people who played cricket at the time knew how good he was. And we were right, because he turned out to be the greatest all-rounder of all time. Not just wickets and runs, but catches as well. Yeah. Like, the guy's a freak. And decent fella, massive human too. Like, you don't want to meet him in the dark alleyway at 11 o'clock at night. He was terrifying. But I felt so proud. And actually, years later, probably 7 or 8 years later, I got him out here at the SCG, which was probably the best wicket I ever got in a Test match. So, So he was one of my proudest wickets. Yeah.
You remember your celebration that day? Did you celebrate?
Oh, look, I probably celebrated.
All right. So, after that, I think it was later that year when you went to go play Pakistan.
Yeah.
And that was a big series for you. You finished with the highest wicket taker. So that's a big jump in a whole year. How was that moment like for you?
So I obviously had a huge advantage in that particular Pakistan series because Shane was injured. So I sort of moved into the leading spin bowling role. So that means that you get more opportunity. Obviously the pressure was there because Shane wasn't playing, but it did mean more opportunity and getting to play against some really solid, mate. And you guys are way too young to even know these dudes, but there were some solid guys in that Pakistan team, and I knew how good they were too, and it was just it was an amazing experience. Had a great time. Actually made some great friends in Pakistan as well, which was kind of cool. Yeah. And, man, I was very, very lucky to get wickets in the first test, because then we went to, I think it was, I think Mark Taylor made 300 in Peshawar maybe. And, that wasn't a good place to bowl. Road. Absolute road. Got smashed.
Well, I'll take you to 1999.
Yeah.
You took it to the Ashes in the 5th test.
Yeah.
Where you actually outdid Shane Warne. You got 5 for 57 in the first innings at the SCG, 7 for 50 in the second innings. Was that the first time you fell in love with this ground?
Well, so I'd played for New South Wales here before,
Yeah.
but that was my first test match here.
Yeah.
And I remember, because the thing is, as I said to you, during Shield games, there's not a lot of people here. Yeah. So you're sort of not sure how many people from New South Wales really care that you play here. I kind of, you hope they do, but you don't really know. And so playing a test match here and then getting wickets and walking off the field, you realise that New South Welsh men and women are really pumped when their guys do well. So it was euphoric. I had a great game. We won, which was more important, because I don't really love taking wickets if my team doesn't win. I like to win. And it was fantastic. And the best thing about it, I guess, was that it was the last test of the series too. So we'd already celebrated the test series win, but now this is it. We're done. And what we didn't realise, of course, is that it was Mark Taylor's last test as well. So it was a pretty big deal.
7 wickets. You must have celebrated hard that night, yeah?
Mate, I've never missed out.
Well, in 2003, you went to the Caribbean and you were the sole spinner on that that series. That was also when Shane Warne was banned for that 1 year. So you took 53 wickets and played 11 tests during that period. You played against Bangladesh, Zimbabwe, India. Did you feel like you were finally getting the spotlight when he was on that hiatus?
Well, see, the thing for me is I never really was interested in spotlight. That's not why I played cricket. I played cricket to beat you. Like, seriously, anybody who was at the other end, that's the only thing I cared about. I'm going to beat you, and I want my team to win. And so it didn't really matter whether or not Shane was playing or who I was playing against. It was just about the wins. And it was just great that year that I got more opportunities. I always thought I should have played with Shane more often, to be honest. Yeah. I thought if we played together more often, we would have won more often. But yeah, look, it was a great year for me, but it was incredibly tiring, because I'd never been the main guy before. And the workload and the pressure was pretty significant. But, it was just good to do well. And also, we didn't lose a series. So, happy endings.
You had a bit part of that. But what genuinely kept you motivated? Like, Shane obviously came into your place a lot of times. And it must be pretty hard to take it that, okay, you're doing so well for Australia, but you keep coming in and out.
Nah, man. Look, I never really worried about it. So I never worried about any other person in the team. All I cared about, as I said, was I wanted to take as many wickets as I could and beat the other team. Yeah. So I didn't really mind if Shane was number one or not. I just wanted to get in the team and contribute to a win. Yeah. I think that was it. And even when I got dropped, all I tried to do was make sure that if they ever wanted somebody else, then I was going to be the guy. Yeah. That's what it was. So just, and if you're playing 5th grade cricket and you get dropped to 6ths, just make sure you're the leading wicket taker in the 6th. So when the 5s need another guy, you're going up. That's it. That's all you got to do.
That's good for me because I play 5th grade cricket. So.
Well, not next week. Sorry, mate. Haven't they called you yet? Sorry. Yeah. Right, yeah. Your shy's next week. Sorry, buddy.
Do you remember your career best figures?
Oh, yeah, playing against Bangladesh.
Yeah.
I got 8 for. When I came on to bowl, I'm pretty sure Bangladesh were 1 for 190 when I came on to bowl.
Really?
Yeah, and then get chucked the ball and then get 8. So that was pretty good. And then punter wouldn't give me a bowl in the second innings.
Oh, yeah. Really? Wow. Well, I just read a quick introduction of you online. It says Stuart MacGill had the best strike rate and worst luck of any modern spin bowler.
Have you heard that? Luck. Don't believe what you read, man.
Yeah, so yet in your words, you said you didn't have the worst luck. You were actually lucky to be in the shadow of Shane Warne. Looking back, was there ever a moment where it was like, was it an expectation that you play like any single moment where you're like, I'm pumped, like I'm upset that I didn't get chosen? Like, never once.
No, mate. To be honest, never. Because I genuinely believe that Shane was the greatest wrist spinner of all time. And there's a lot of technical reasons why I could justify that to you, which, irrelevant for this conversation, but he was ridiculous. But the thing that I knew is that the goal in any innings of any game is 10 wickets. And I knew that I could assist my team to get the 10 wickets quickly. And that's all I tried to do. So some people, all young spinners when they're growing up, somebody in the team says, oh, you don't have to take a wicket every ball. Well, for me, that's absolute crap because I'm trying to bowl my best ball every ball, which means I am trying to take a wicket every ball. Yeah. And I think if you get your head around that, then you do strike quicker and you become very effective. And, that's all I tried to do. Tried to bowl my best ball every ball.
You know you're the quickest spinner to reach 150 test wickets?
I didn't know that.
You know that?
No, Ashwin's got to be better than me, doesn't he?
You're the best in terms of deliveries. It only took you 8,000 deliveries to get 150.
8,000. Is it, just by the way, isn't that terrifying? Yeah. 8,000 deliveries. No wonder I can't walk.
Oh, man. But are you proud of the legacy you've made for Australia as for yourself as well?
Man, I'm incredibly proud. So when I was growing up, in the olden days, they only played sort of 3-4 tests a year. So some people played 1 test, some people played 7. I played 40-something, 44 maybe.
Yeah, 44.
Like, ridiculous for me. Yeah. I just think that's just absolutely insane, played that many tests. Nowadays you see people are playing 160. That doesn't matter because that's not the era that I played in. Like I got the opportunity to play. I know that if I walk into the SCG changing rooms and I look up on the boards, I've got the most 5-fers here. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Even listen, in 10 years' time, if 10 other blokes have 7 5-fers here, that's fine. I don't mind. I've still got 5. Yeah. It's great, and I am excited.
Do you ever think when you were a kid, just from WA, you played second 11, that you'd make it this far for Australia?
I definitely didn't think that I'd be here. Absolutely not. And look, when I played my first game for New South Wales and I walked into the changing room, I had the autograph of 7 of the blokes in the team. Seriously, because I used to collect autographs when I was a kid, your age. Yeah. 7 of the blokes in the New South Wales team. And I went, oh, God.
You played alongside some of the best players in the world. Who was the most memorable, who had the most impact on you? Like, who was the most fun teammate as well?
Fun? Well, there's a couple of questions. Look, the most instrumental guy in my career was probably Steve Waugh. And the reason for that is not because he told me what to do, but because I knew that no matter what happened, he supported me. Yeah. So when he was going to take me off, so if I was bowling crap, when he was going to take me off, he didn't come up to me and go, you're not bowling very good, or maybe you should try this, maybe you should try that. He'd just come up and go, how you going, man? And I went, uh-oh, he's taking me off, right? So I just knew what he was thinking, what he was feeling, and he supported me. The fields that he said, he came up to me one time and said, where do you want the field? And I said, mate, I'll bowl, you set the field. And that worked for him, worked for me. So he was probably the most influential. In terms of fun, It's not really anything specific, but the bowlers used to spend time with the bowlers. So, you know, Lee, Gillespie, Fleming, McGrath, we had a really, really good time. Bickle, Kasperwitz, we had a really good time together. Because bowlers and batters kind of are different people. You know, bowler makes a mistake, we get to go back and go again. Batsmen make a mistake. The bowlers probably got along pretty well. We had a pretty good time together.
Close with any of them nowadays?
I still speak to most of the people that I played with. So, you know, and even the batsmen too. Marto, Michael Hussey. We spoke to a lot of guys. So, you know, and I still do all the time, and I always will.
That's great. So I guess it was only a year after Warne retired that you decided to call. It was actually 1 or 2 years after he retired that you called your own retirement.
Oh, so I didn't retire as such. I just got injured. Oh, yeah. So I would have liked to have played for 10 more years. You know, I mean, after I couldn't play anymore, we were playing in South Africa. I'd never played in South Africa. We're playing in England. I'd never played in England. We're playing against New Zealand. I'd never played against New Zealand. So there were so many opportunities for me after that I missed out on because I was injured. But I just unfortunately, I just couldn't keep going, which was a massive bummer.
That was a bummer, yeah. So you would have been pretty upset, right, in that moment?
I still am. Yeah.
Well, yeah. At age 40, you decided to come back and play BBL or Sixers.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, so I couldn't play a test match when I pulled out. Yeah. But 4 overs, you know, well, that's what I thought. So I remember coaching. I was coaching the nets here at the SCG, and I was wearing a pair of R.M. Williams boots and a pair of jeans. And I was saying to one of the guys that I was coaching, I don't know what the problem is. It's really easy. Just do this. And then I bowled it, and I went, hang on a second. I could do that. What do you know, playing Big Bash. And Warne then announced that he was coming back to play Big Bash. It was hilarious, actually. So he was sponsored by Fox. He was getting $100,000 a game. I was the lowest paid cricketer in the whole competition. Yeah, I had to resign from my job at advertising agency. I ended up with 20 for the season. It's a debacle. But the good news is that the Sixers, who were tipped to come last, we won it, and we beat Perth, the Scorchers in Perth. So go back to WA. Yeah. Parents are there, families there, and I got Marcus North out, which was pretty cool because he was one of the best bats in the comp that year. And so we won. So, and then, you know, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Stuart MacGill out. Mic drop. Yeah.
You wish you played some more? Maybe?
Yeah, mate. No, I mean, I honestly, if I could have kept playing, I would have. It's just, unfortunately, age catches up with everybody.
Yeah, I might have to retire myself soon as well.
It's getting a bit old now.
All right, go on.
Mate, you might even shave next year.
Yeah. I'm trying to go something out there. It's not happening.
All right. So these past few weeks, the Ashes have been going on. In these first 2 tests, only 1 wicket has been taken by a spin. Yeah. And both teams have actually had lineups where there's no full-time spinners. Yourself as a spinner, what would you say is the main reason for this lack of spin?
So my answer to that is that Nathan, as you saw in Perth, just didn't bowl much. He bowled 2 overs. There's no point playing somebody who's not going to play a role. You do need options, but I think Travis Head for Australia is actually a very, very solid spin bowling option. So I think I saw him first in 2010 when he was at the Cricket Academy, and I straight away went, he can bowl. So he has good shape, he turns it, and he doesn't think like a batsman when he bowls. He actually just tries to bowl his best ball. So I think he's very valuable in the team. Nathan is, second best spinner of all time for Australia. So I'm not taking anything away from him. But I just don't see him bowling much. I don't really...
And it worked out well for the Aussies because Mike Wanisa got a fifer. Sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that, to be honest. So I don't think it's Nisa takes the 5 wickets that Nathan Lyon would have cost. I just think that Nisa bowled great.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if I'd even... look, Adelaide, it's a daytime. It'll probably be really hot. It might deteriorate. I'd say they probably will play Nathan. But England, on the other hand, their best options are, you know, it's ridiculous.
You can't laugh like that.
Bethel and... No, I can't. I can totally laugh because the England selectors made a huge mistake not grooming and preparing and inviting a leading spin bowler to come with them. They've got spin bowlers in England who are winning games for their counties, and they didn't pick any of them. And it's an absolute joke that they don't have the option because Bethel and Jackson are not spin bowling options, in my opinion.
You don't rate Bashir? Shoaib Bashir?
Sorry, did you see what his... so he played for the Lions this week?
Yeah.
While, well, yeah. Did you see what his figures were?
I didn't see it, no.
None for 150.
It's horrible.
Century in my eyes.
I'll tell you what, as a spin bowler, he's a great batsman.
That's true. All right, yeah.
Yeah, so these past 2 tests, they've been 6 days
And
in
by
total.
the way, I'm really sorry, Shoaib, but I really mean that.
So these past 2 tests, in total, it's only been 6 days. The batsmen have been playing much more aggressively. Now, in your mind as a spinner, when a batsman's playing more aggressive, what changes tactically, like, or does anything change if at all?
The hardest thing for a spin bowler to do is to get the batsman to play a shot. So I used to love playing white ball cricket because you don't have to, the pressure's not on you because the batsmen try and play shots all the time. Now this, you know, I mean, they call it Bazball, they call it a new era of cricket. New South Wales has been trying to make 350 runs in a Shield day since the 1950s. It's not a new era of cricket. It's just that the current crop of batsmen are playing very, very recklessly. And I think as a spin bowler, I'd just be laughing the whole way in. I'd be standing at the top of my mark going, if I bowl 2 dots in a row, he's going to try and hit me for 6.
Yeah.
In which case, I can set fields for that.
It's more wickets for you in the end.
Yeah.
And some Ashes predictions. Who do you reckon will be the highest run scorer by the end of the series?
Ooh. Look, I tell you one thing. I think now that Joe's made his 100. So by the way, so I love Joe Root.
Yeah.
So I love him as a human. I love him. I reckon he's awesome, right? Now that he's made his 100, I think he could be a little bit of a problem for us. Because I'm mildly concerned.
It's the only problem there.
Oh, he's a problem. I just think that, well, so no, the thing is that if he becomes now the core of an innings and you know he's going to bat through, then people can bat around him. So he's an issue for us now. But I don't think he'll be the leading run scorer. I'm probably going to go Smithy, I reckon. He's the one that's looked most comfortable to me, and he's the one that is trying to score properly.
What's your thoughts on that 23 off 9 last night?
Well, I think he made his point, didn't he? And I totally agree with what he said to Jofra.
Yeah. That's crazy.
What's the point in doing well when your team's already lost, Muppet?
There's no point.
Yeah, done.
And who do you reckon will be the highest wicket taker?
Cool. The highest wicket taker is probably a difficult question, but Mitchell Starc is just electric at the moment. He did look really tired after this test, which bothers me a little bit, and I'm not sure what his status is going into the next one, but he looked tired. He looked very, very tired. So I'm hoping that if he maintains it, it'll be him. But you wait till Pat Cummins comes back. He'll probably get 3 fivers, and that's that.
All right.
And what do you reckon the series result would be? It's a pretty easy one here.
Well, look, Sydney rains a bit, so let's go 4.
4-0. All right, we've got one last quick fire for you.
Yeah. All right. So this is just quick, rapid-fire questions. Who was your favourite cricketer growing up?
Dennis Lillee.
If you could have dinner with one cricketer, who would it be? All time.
Dennis Lillee. I have. If I could have dinner with anybody tomorrow, probably both of them. Very good fun.
Best batsman you've played with?
With Ricky Ponting, easy.
Yeah. Best bowler you've played with?
I love Jason Gillespie. Love him.
Good mate of yours?
Oh, man, as a bowler, amazing. But, I mean, it'd be ridiculous if I didn't say Shane because I think, as I said, best wrist spinner of all time.
And hardest batsman you've come up against?
Yeah, Brian Lara debacle. Let's not ever talk about him again.
Now, you did bat a little bit. Who was the hardest bowler you faced?
Okay, so 2 different answers to that. So, scariest, Ambrose.
Oh.
No, debacle. Yeah. Don't want to even, I'm having nightmares because you've asked me. But best was Akram. Amazing.
And what's your favourite World Cup moment, no matter the year?
World Cup moment?
Could be recent, could be from your childhood.
Well, I remember Akram bowling against England, and I think it was probably 91, 92, and he bowled one that way and then one the other way, bowling both batsmen. I think it was Gadding and De Freitas or something like that, but ridiculous. That really did it for me. It really did it for me.
And who do you think will be the next big Australian player?
The next one. That's way too difficult for me. Tanveer Sangha.
Tanveer Sangha.
Yes. Because I coach him. Yeah.
And most fun teammate off the field?
Oh, most fun? Oh, man. Like, Darren Lehman was pretty funny. He was really good fun. Andy Bickle, Casper. I was lucky. I played with a couple of really, really good blokes. But the guy I probably hang out with the most now is Shane Lee.
Oh, Shane Lee, really?
Yeah.
One last question. Who's the most famous contact on your phone?
Do you want his number?
No. You can call if you want. But...
He'd probably call me. I'm the most famous on his.
You're my most famous number. So.
Well, there we go. Well, let's just leave it at that then, eh?
Alright, and okay, this is the final question.
Yes.
This is a fun one. We'll get the comments going.
Sure.
Do you think Shane Warne is top 20 bowlers of all time?
No, I don't. I think for sure that Shane Warne is the number one. There is no way that anybody else has made as big an impact on cricket as he did. He changed the game in this country, which means he changed the game.
Yeah.
That's it. Full stop.
Well,
all right, yeah, that's the end of the interview. Thanks.
Oh, really? So back to school then, is it?
Yeah, tomorrow.
thank you so much.
Got to do some homework tonight.
Thank you.